I don't mean this to sound flippant, but how are you guys? I mean, physically, emotionally, because this has been a lot over the last week plus. Have you taken some time to just kind of like settle back in, and how do you do that to the best you can before you get back to going things here?
Yeah, sure. I'd say personally, still working on it. Obviously we just accomplished an incredible thing, but we have business to take care of here with the team and then with school too. So trying to find a balance of recovering, but also staying up to date.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you take a couple days to kind of get back into reality, but it's pretty exciting knowing that we're into playoffs now too. So that's kind of an easy way to get the energy to get going. And then obviously we're back with our teammates and the Badgers again, which is really exciting. So anytime you get to play playoff hockey, I mean, it's pretty exciting to get excited for. Pretty easy to get excited for.
Congratulations. Glad you're back in Madison. What, besides the gold medal being placed around your neck, what was the oh wow moment for you guys when you were there? I mean, whether it be meeting somebody or what was that moment like for you guys? What was the big oh wow moment while you were in Italy?
I think there's many moments, but one particularly that stuck with me was the opening ceremonies. I mean, we all are so united as a country. You're with all the other sports. We all wear the same outfit, so special. And walking in as one, it's a special moment. All the bright lights, all the fans cheering. It is an unbelievable experience, and I feel like that was definitely one that was super memorable for myself.
I think obviously part of the celebration as well, but also just all being united, like arm in arm, and hearing the national anthem and looking up at the flags being raised, I think was kind of gave me chills and almost kind of brought me to tears. It was kind of like the best way to cap it off, and I think it really just was really proud to be American at that moment, and just proud that we could accomplish the goal we went there for.
I mean, yeah, those answers are right on, and I think just meeting other athletes was really cool. Seeing them in the village, especially American athletes that you see on social media all the time and are just so decorated in their respective sports. Just being amongst greatness was really cool.
Yeah, and all the same thing, but specifically also the opening ceremony. I think that was the really wow moment when you walk out there and you're together with your entire country, and then you see the Olympic rings and you really realize that you're there and it really settles in. I mean, I think I was honestly tearing up once that moment struck, realizing that it's really happening. And so I think that one's pretty special too, just getting to be with all the other athletes of your country and getting ready to go within competition.
And to kind of piggyback off of Todd's question, I guess I'm curious more on like the first day. I guess I'm wondering how quickly you guys got back to normal life. I mean, you kind of touched, obviously you practiced Tuesday. I guess I'm curious, like, did any of you have class? I mean, you guys walking around campus like, a week ago, nothing, like normal? I mean, share with us a little more, like what day one was like. What was the routine? Did you go to class? Were you out amongst your peers and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, just trying to get back into it. Definitely catching up on schoolwork's a huge thing, and getting back in the groove. It's crazy to think a week ago, like obviously we were in Milan and we were getting ready for that gold medal game just about. So now it's acclimating back here and just trying to figure out that routine again. But it's been crazy. It's been in the best way, super exciting, a lot of emotions. But yeah, still trying to find that routine and getting all our stuff back moved in and whatnot.
Yeah, I took, yesterday off, some rest to myself. I didn't go to class or practice, but yeah, back at it today. We just worked out and skated, and then I'll go to class today and meet with some professors. So yeah, that's kind of what it's been looking like for me in terms of getting back into the groove of things.
I mean, yeah, got on the ice yesterday. Just was back with the girls a bit, tried to move a bit and kind of get the body used to being back here and stuff, and then went to class and actually to keep myself awake, and my TA was actually like, what are you doing here? Like, didn't you just get back? And I was like, honestly, I'm just trying to stay awake right now and get back into routine. But yeah, I mean, like they said, it's more so just trying to get back into the routine here and back to reality.
Yeah, I think so. I was pretty similar to Sims. I kind of just want to jump right back into it and just kind of take no days off and just go for it. So yeah, lifted, skated, and then I actually had to go to work for a couple hours, so I tried to get back on track with that as well, and obviously also schedule some exams that I missed and get back on track with school as well. So I think we all kind of took it differently, just trying to do what's best for ourselves and try and get back on track here.
Apologies, probably should have led off with this, just so we all know the international heroes that we have here. From left to right, Ava McNaughton, Kirsten Sims, Laila Edwards, Caroline Harvey. Okay, go ahead.
To be put in a national spotlight, everyone in the world is watching you guys win gold, dominate. Just what does this do for hockey in general, and how excited are you guys just to put your sport on the platform that I'm sure you think it deserves?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was great recognition, and just, I mean, we're super excited and proud to, have brought home that gold medal. But beyond that, for women's sports in general, women's hockey, putting it on at the world stage and getting to do what we did out there, I feel like it definitely left a great mark, and hopefully got a lot more eyes on it, on the sport and just women's sports in general. So we're proud to be a part of that, and hope continue to grow women's sports in general.
Yeah, I think just throughout the Olympics, the growth has been tremendous, and it's so cool to see. I mean, even just on social media, you see people that you didn't even really think would know about women's hockey. Like Tom Brady was at our game. I thought that was really cool. And obviously Jason Kelsey, Kylie Kelsey, a long list of people who are also helping grow the women's game just by being there and just by showcasing it. So the growth has been tremendous. And like KK said, just an added bonus to that trip. And yeah, and just winning gold.
Yeah, I mean, I think same thing. It's like when you see on social media that 7.7 million people had viewership on the game or whatever, it's pretty special. I mean, you can't even say 4 years ago during the COVID one that was the case for the women's game. So just to see that it's developed in the way it has and to be a part of that, especially on this part of it in this journey at the Olympics, is super special to be a part of it. But I just think it shows how much it's continuing to grow, and then obviously this is skyrocketing it a bit.
Yeah, I think something that stuck out to me, our team is obviously pretty young in comparison to other teams, and in regard to growing women's sports, I think seeing so many young athletes like ourselves and the other college athletes and even the young PWHL players, just seeing how we were able to be successful on such a world stage like that and be able to go up against other great teams just shows the longevity of women's sports as well, and what's coming to the PWHL and the Olympics in the future as well. So I think being able to have success as younger players on a relatively young team was also something that was great for women's sports.
I'm sure all of you wanted to be Olympians, and then you go and achieve your dream of being a gold medalist, and then all of a sudden you're instantly famous in a lot of ways, and nothing can prepare you for that. I've seen people over the years that all of a sudden fame hits them, and it's there, and they haven't prepared for it at all. Is there anything you guys can do to help you through that? Is it a good feeling? Is there any cost to being famous that you've realized in this week so far?
I think for us, like, I almost don't, it doesn't even feel like I would say I'm famous. Like, I just feel like to some degree, like, we're all just back in our normal routine and we're kind of just doing our thing. And it made me laugh, like, kind of when we had the security people coming out of the airport. Like, I kind of just feel like a normal person. I could just feel like the same athlete I was almost before I went. And so I think just kind of just being the same person you were, regardless of the fame or the followers or the media that might be surrounding you, I think that's the most important thing. And obviously, I think having all the media and that kind of stuff around you can almost feel like a pressure, but I think that's something that comes along with being an athlete and being on a stage like the Olympics. And so I think not necessarily something we were expecting, but something that we knew was possible coming out of it.
Laila, you've had some kind of cool opportunities in the last month or so. Can you maybe elaborate on what he's talking about of having famous opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really cool. I think it's just another thing that helps grow the women's game. Like, sometimes that quote-unquote fame can be overwhelming, but at the end of the day, it's something you can take into a positive manner and be a role model or, be someone's inspiration. So, try to limit the complaining and just be grateful for the opportunity.
Caroline, to be named Olympic MVP, I'm sure that's not something you were thinking about going into the tournament, but what did that mean to you, and what did this tournament show you as far as the way your game stacks up on an international stage?
Yeah, I mean, I was just super proud of our group. I mean, that's what we went there for, was gold. And I mean, I think it was a great team effort. We were playing so united the whole time, and obviously even showed it in the final game when we went down. We never gave up, had full belief, and were able to come back the way we did and win in overtime and come on top. But for me, it's not something I consider much at all. I mean, playing with amazing teammates alongside, and they're the ones that are making it happen. And I'm just like super grateful to be on that world stage with them and, you know, be playing the amazing hockey we were. And then obviously leaving with a gold medal around our neck was the cherry on top. So yeah, just super grateful to do what we did there.
You guys are no strangers to coming back in overtime situations, but in that last couple of minutes of that gold medal game, maybe what's going through your mind, and when you reflect on that 20-minute period where you end up, you know, winning it in overtime, maybe what do you think of most?
I think it was just a great testament to our team's resiliency. I mean, we were down for most of the game, but I never got the energy or the feeling that we weren't going to win and that we weren't going to find a way back. And it's just hard to put into words. It may sound cliche, but we never, ever doubted, as you can tell. You know, so we had a hell of a run, and we just capped it off in a pretty dramatic fashion.
Obviously, I want to keep talking about the win, but I do have to ask you guys this question just about everything everyone's talking about on social media. Did you guys feel disrespected or slighted in any way with the phone call from President Trump and possibly the reaction in the locker room?
I mean, we're just glad to be coming home with a gold medal again. I mean, we're focused on being successful as a group and going over there, taking care of business. And I mean, it's not something we're focused on or really thinking about. We're moving forward, and yeah, we did what we did there, and we're proud of our group. So
Yeah, I think just being able to control the controllables and what happened is something we had no control over. And we take so much pride in what we did, and we love our group that we're not going to let anything take that from us.
Laila, I mean, you've been on this national, you know, this isn't your first national team experience, but I'm sure a lot of people have, you know, when they turned on the Olympics, that was probably the first time they heard your story about being the first, you know, African-American on the team. And I guess I'm wondering, did the Olympic experience give you a different appreciation for kind of what that means? And are there any stories of, you understanding that impact from the Olympics?
Yeah, definitely. I think the Olympics, if anything, it showed me even more how much of an impact, my story can make. And it's the biggest sporting event in the world. So I think it was great. The Olympics was great for my story. And not in terms of like the fame, but to get my story out to as many people as I can is the goal, because that in turn can inspire even just one person or be a role model to one person. Inspire someone to try hockey, to stick with hockey. I think the Olympics was great for that. And I was able to share my story with a lot of people and on a lot of platforms, so I'm really grateful for that.
You guys always seem to be level-headed, always stay in the moment. Do you feel like, even in the national championship game last year and then with the Olympics, and I recognize that with Hillary Knight and the other Badgers that played it well, do you feel like that has a lot to do with Coach Johnson, the way you guys are taught through this program?
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems from the fact, I think we all talk about it, how calm he is on the bench, and he never makes us worried at all, even if we're down in games. He's never freaking out or gets too high. He's very even keel and puts trust in us, and he's done that over the course of the last 4 years we've been here. So obviously, knowing that that's what we rely on every year since we've been in college, you definitely take some of that consideration into obviously on a bigger stage like that, even though it's not him coaching, but that feeling. And like they said earlier too in that game, if you talk to anybody, there was no doubt that we were coming back in that final game, and nobody had a doubt in their mind. And it honestly felt like how it was last year in the national championship game from our whole bench and Coach Johnson. Nobody had a doubt that we were coming back and coming out on top, and I think that was a similar feeling that we had this past week.
What did it mean to have this experience with each other?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. You dream of going to the Olympics your whole life, and to be able to do it alongside some of your teammates that you go to college with and experience everyday life with, super cool. And I loved it, and I'm so grateful for it.
I think something that's super special too is that all four of us actually played at the same high school at some point. So we've kind of been alongside each other's journeys before college even. So we've seen what each other have brought and where we've developed from 9th, 10th grade to see where we are now, and to be able to live out our dreams together is something that's super special and you don't get to see very often, being with people that you've been with since you were 12 years old or been in their hockey journey since then.
I think like going off of that too, like it's just, I feel so proud, and like I'm so proud of like all the work that every one of you guys have put in like for the last however many years, and we've all had really different journeys like since we met each other, when we were like basically little kids, and so it's just really cool to see each other's journey and everyone's hard work pay off, and then to be able to watch everyone have so much success on a world stage was just something that made me really happy for everyone.
Go Badgers.
Hell yeah.
Excuse me, Laila, I'm interested in your perspective on this and anyone else who wants to weigh in, but you had all these experiences, you played maybe the most intense game of your life to this point against Canada. You've got to come back here, you've got 4 weeks of games left here. How do you refocus and put it all back into, starting with Bemidji State this week, giving everything you have for these however many games it ends up being that are left?
Yeah, I think, like for me, KK and Sims, this is our last go in college hockey, so I've loved every second of it, and, you kind of want to just come with that mindset, leave it all out there, and in order to do that, you got to be present. So I think just taking it day by day, practice by practice, even class by class, just making sure I'm getting the most out of where I'm at, and that'll in turn set me up for success.
KK, I was just curious, as team captain, I guess I'm wondering, how do you, as a leader of this team, how do you handle kind of jumping back in? Obviously the team did well while you were gone. As a leader, do you, I don't know, how do you handle that when a team's done well and kind of is built up a different way of going about things since you were gone? But just tell us how you handle that as a leader, please.
Yeah, it's first day back, like Laila said, for me and her, and just super proud of the girls. You could see it out at practice today. They were snapping the puck, and they look so good. So just kind of reiterating to the group, like, super glad to be back, like, all of us together, and, just having a great first practice back with one another. But, yeah, as far as, like, how things have been going, they've been doing phenomenal, and it's been so great to watch from afar, and we're just so excited to join back. But I feel like what they've been doing has been good, and there's not much to have to be said. It's just more so getting the whole group back on the same page and on board and united as a group, and I feel like we'll have no problem doing that. And there's a lot of excitement around playoffs now, so this is a time, especially when we all naturally come together and, we're united for a common goal, and we know that's winning a couple championships.
Other than a gold medal, did you bring back any souvenirs that are of note?
Other than 4 suitcases full of
Endless
clothing.
You got a Tina.
Yeah, a little stuffed
gave us
animal.
one. This is sweet.
I'm sure you guys saw.
One of our faves, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was pretty engaged in the pin trading of the
Oh,
Olympics.
Yeah.
I was pretty avid on that one. It's fun. It's an easy way to kind of strike up conversation with other athletes and people from different parts of the world, and so it was pretty cool to be able to try and get as many countries as you could, which was pretty fun little game we had going on.
How many did you get?
Oh my gosh, I didn't count them, but I got almost every country that was in our village. So
Wow.
pretty successful on that journey.
cool.
Nice, Naughty. That's sweet.
No way.
Good job.
Thank
Thank you.
UAE zip up. Yeah,
Thank
I got a
you.
UAE zip up. I was sick.
You did?
Yes, and there's 2 athletes.
Naughty, I want to
from
see all.